Hello students, welcome to lesson number 8, Industry and Trade, subject History, standard 9th. In this chapter, we are going to gather some information about industry and trade in India in the post-independence period. Industry and trade are very important for the development of the country. For a country to develop, we need to advance industries and trade. The countries that are having many industries are considered as developed countries, and countries that are exporting goods to other countries, that country is called a developed country. From starting up trade, production of goods is essential. Now we need to understand, from the beginning of the 19th century, the British East India Company's gradual expansion brought a major change in taxation and agricultural policies, which tended to promote commercialization of agriculture with a focus on trade, resulting in decreased production of food crops. Economic policies of the British Raj caused a severe decline in the handicrafts and handloom sectors. There was massive drain of revenue from India to England. So Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, oversaw economic policy during the initial years of country's independence and focused on rapid development of heavy industry by both public and private sectors. The industries that we are going to study in this lesson have contributed a great deal in our economic growth. So let's understand about industry and trade in India in the post-independence period. So after India became independent, the government of India established an organization, the Industrial Finance Corporation. The main work of the Industrial Finance Corporation of India was to make loan available to the Indians for industrial projects. Many industrial projects were being set up after independence, but to start any project, we need money for the same. So the government set up this organization wherein people with the project plan will get the help from the Industrial Finance Corporation, which would provide funding to the project. And once the production of the industry starts, it can return the loan to the finance corporation. And mostly when their industries will start, not only the industrialists will be profitable, but will even provide jobs to the people in the country. So this way, government will not only provide help to the industrialist but will also be helping the people of India to get jobs. Next organization that was formed was the Industrial Development Corporation. This organization was set up for the planning of industries to bring about greater development to the industrial sector. So we saw two organizations, Industrial Finance Corporation of India that was set up in 1948 for making availability of loan to the industrialist, and other organization was the Industrial Development Corporation who established in 1954. Its aim was to give greater development in the industrial sector. So let's talk about the industries in India. First important industry in India is textile industry. What is the importance of textile industries? 14% of industrial production of India is from textile industry. Textile industry is the industry where cloth production is done, like cotton, silk, nylon, etc. It includes power loom and hand loom. Power loom means when machines are used to make cloth using power, electric power machine. And hand loom means handmade cloth. People use hand machine to make cloth using hand or legs. The handloom industries are labor intensive, where people work when human resources used more is called as labor intensive. More than machines, many people are involved in working in the labor intensive industry. According to the Textile Committee Act 1963, a textile committee has been established. Now the main role of the textile committee is to check whether the cloth is of good quality. They check the quality standard for the material produced for sale in the internal market as well as for export. If the quality is good, then they will sanction that product and that goods can be available in the market. You might have seen ISI mark on the electronic good. What is this ISI mark? It is a guarantee that the product is of good quality. Even in our food items like Maggi biscuits, we see FSSI mark. This mark indicates that this product is authorized by the government. It helps us to understand that these products are good to be used. So this committee sets the quality standards for textile manufacture for the sale in the internal market as well as for export. Similarly, textile industry which produce cloth have to maintain their standard. If the clothes are crossing the standard, then only these goods are available in the market for internal as well as for exporting. The next important industry is silk industry. This is also cloth industry, but a very expensive material. Silk is made by silkworm. Silkworm are mostly found on mulberry trees, as these silkworm feed on mulberry leaves. Rearing of silkworm is also done. Rearing of silkworm for commercial purpose is called sericulture. This silk industry functions under Ministry of Textile Industry. So the research on species of silkworm and mulberry trees are done so that more of the silkworm are used for production, in which case they will get more availability of silk. For the research on silkworm and mulberry trees, government has started on a laboratory at Bangalore. Name of the laboratory is Seribiotic Research Laboratory. The silk industry is primarily in the state of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, and Jammu Kashmir. These are the four major important states where sericulture is practiced. Now it is being spread in states with predominantly tribal population. Because of this silk industry, the people of the tribal region are getting employment. Next important industry is jute industry. We all know about jute. Gunny bags, which are used to store grains, rice. Ropes that we use are made from jute. India is a top ranking country in the production of jute, and it is also a major exporter of jute products. The products produced from jute are cloth, sackcloth, and ropes. Now let us understand the next major industry in India, that is hand sculpting. Hand sculpting is what? When we use rock or wood and carve it using hand skill, this is called hand sculpting. This is also a labor intensive craft where sculptors get employment due to the capacity of the craft to absorb more craftsmen. Though it is a small investment, more profits, preference to export, and possibility of earning more foreign exchange. Foreign exchange is a system for dealing in the currencies of other countries. So while exporting, as we earn foreign currencies, government uses those foreign currencies while importing from other countries. Now in several cities, we have market mechanisms like Delhi Hart. Now what is a Delhi Hart? Delhi Hart is a paid entrance for open air market, food plaza, and craft bazaar. It is like a fair where craftsmen come together to sell their crafts. This enables the craftsmen from the rural and the urban areas to get a market for their wares, that is, their craft, their things. Now let's understand the next industry, automobile industry. India is one of the major producers of vehicles. Vehicles are exported to 40 countries from India. The automobile industry is also known as the sunrise sector in India. India's tractor industry is the biggest in the world. One third of the tractors manufactured worldwide are produced in India. Tractors manufactured in India are exported to Turkey, Malaysia, and several countries in Africa. Cement industry. The role of cement industry is important in the development of housing and infrastructure. Infrastructure like airports, roads, highways. This industry is one of the most technologically advanced, that is, it involves chemical process. India is currently an important producer of cement in the world. Leather industry. It is a big industry in India. Now leather is a material made from the skin of an animal. We get belt, bag, seats of vehicles, wallets made from leather. It is a primarily export oriented. Salt industry. India is one of the most top producers of salt in the world. The annual production of salt in India is 200 lakh tons, and the production of iodized salts, that is, The salt that can be consumed is 60 lakh tons. Bicycle industry. India is a leading producer of bicycles in the world. Bicycles are made in the states of Punjab and Tamil Nadu. The main center of bicycle manufacturing in India is Ludhiana. India exports bicycle to countries like Nigeria, Mexico, Kenya, Uganda and Brazil. Khadi and Village Industry. The Khadi and Village Industries Commission was established to give impetus, that is, an encouragement and motivation to industrialization in rural areas. The main objective were to develop the traditional industries, handicrafts, cottage industries. These are the small scale industries which require very small investments, and to encourage industries that use the material and human resources available at the local level and make the villages self reliant by creating employment there. So, in this part, we understood about the importance of industrialization for the progress of our country and how even government has made an initiative for the progress of industries and bring about greater development in the industrial sector. We gather information about few industries in this part 1: textile and silk and jute industry, hand sculpting, automobile, cement, leather, salt, bicycle, and khadi and village industries. In the next part, we will gather information about other basic industries of India. Thank you.